So we are really happy today to be joined by Master John Ward, who is part of the is it the Kenpo Federation?
Kenpo International, yeah.
Kenpo International, who is going to be joining us in Lanzarote and joining Wellington Castro down in Playa Blanca on the 16th of October for a seminar. So, John, thank you so much for giving us your time today. And I know Wellington is really excited, and he's been pushing all his students and, really sort of motivating them that you're coming to see them on the 16th of October. But can you, for the folks at home and the folks watching, probably the parents more than anything, tell us a little bit about you and your role in the Kenpo world?
Well, I live in Ireland.
Yeah.
At the moment I'm a 9th degree black belt with Kenpo International. Wow. I can only imagine what the others think of somebody of that rank coming in, because I remember when I was a 3rd degree black belt, the highest rank I knew of was a 5th degree. And to me, I thought he could walk on water. So I can only imagine what the other poor kids are thinking now, somebody of this rank coming over.
Wow.
I'm one of the European directors and the grading officers for Kenpo International in Europe. I also have my own federation, which is World Kenpo Schools International, and we're represented in 14 countries.
Wow.
So next
quite
year,
a big
hopefully,
deal, then.
I'll be celebrating 50 years in Kenpo.
How many years?
50 years.
Wow, that is some commitment.
I started when I was 15.
Wow.
And just a white belt that didn't stop.
Well, yeah. Wow, that is fantastic. And you said you're 10th degree. So how many degrees did it go up to?
I'm in 9th degree. There
9th
are 10
degree.
degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's the highest?
10.
Oh, Rick, so you're literally there then, pretty much. There is
might
no
make
higher.
It. I might not.
Well, yeah. Oh, wow, fabulous. That's great. So, I mean, from my point of view, I mean, I've got 2 kids that are in Wellington's Kenpo, and I did start a little bit of Kenpo with Wellington, to be honest, but I'm too old now. I think I feel too old anyway. It's a great thing. But as parents, I mean, we take the kids down to Kenpo, we drop them off, we pick them up. That's it. So I think this video and this interview is going to really sort of benefit the parents to understand who you are, and like you said, what a big deal it is for a 9th, 10th degree to come over, and what an opportunity it is for the kids. So you said you started at 15. Did you start directly starting Kenpo, or did you look at another martial arts before?
1972.
Wow. I wasn't even born then.
Everything was still black and white.
And did you start straight in Kenpo, or did you try something else first?
I started in American Kenpo, and I went off and I dabbled with other systems like Aikido and Wing Chun. Mm-hmm. But I always kept going in Kenpo, and I stayed in Kenpo.
Okay. And what was it about Kenpo that made you stick with that one rather than the others?
Kenpo has everything. If you look for it, if you look in there, it has everything. And to me, Kenpo is the windows of the martial arts.
Yeah.
With Kenpo, it can apply to anything.
Yeah.
Like my last thesis for my 8th degree was pressure point applications in air system. And it's not that I put it in, it's always been there. Yeah. I made a study of the crucial system, and I just highlighted where it is. I'm identifying what's already there. I didn't put it there.
Yeah.
And it just opened a whole new realm in Kenpo then for other people.
Wow. And that's all like your pressure points and things like that?
Yeah. Like we were told, like, if you're blocking on the inside of the arm, block below the elbow, which is natural, because if you block above it, the hand is going to swing.
Yeah.
And if you're to go to the outside, we block above the elbow, because then the hand can't swing. Or the elbow can't bend and get you.
Yeah.
But there's also a crucial application to those positions.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
It's like they're the switches. You throw the switch, the light goes on or off.
Yeah.
But that just enhances the follow-up moves.
So this is the sort of knowledge that the kids, especially here. I mean, we're on a tiny island, John, here in Lanzarote, as you know, and I know you're going over to Forteventura and stuff. But as opportunity wise, there would be nobody here, you know, of your caliber to sort of teach things like that. So this seminar is really going to give them the opportunity to learn lots of different techniques and stuff. I mean, with regards to sort of Kenpo and things, obviously Wellington's done a lot of competitions, and I think he's, you know, got a name for himself here on the island for the Spanish side of things. Do you compete, or did you compete?
Kenpo has many facets. It has the self-defense facet of it. It has the competition side of it.
Yeah.
It has the just people who study like the universal pattern that we have, and Kenpo system gives you the freedom to do what fits you. You don't have to fit the system.
Yeah.
The system is adapted to suit you. Like with everything Mr. Parker, who was our grandmaster, taught us, he had an equation formulation, and it was kind of prefix, suffix, insert, delete, adjust, alter, rearrange, and regulate. So if I have a technique that goes 1, 2, 3,
yeah,
there's nothing to say that I can't go 2, 3, 1. Or mix the numbers anyway.
Yeah.
Just to use the weapons, different sequence. People shouldn't get tied up with sequences of motion, but rather than the principles of motion.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And if you can get that thought in your head, it just opens up a whole new realm.
Yeah. So did you have you competed in the past, done competitions and stuff, or are you more sort of techniques and teaching and mastery and stuff like that?
Techniques. You'll see a lot of people using techniques in the self-defense section of a competition.
Yeah.
But again, they're there for showmanship.
Yeah.
You know, they are controlled, and like the cadres, the forms, brilliant. You know what I mean? The competition, to me, my idea on competition fighting is great if that's what you want to, but it's going to get you killed on the street.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you see them in a competition, you walk over, you hear the guy in the head, and you walk away.
Yeah. Yeah.
You turn your back, you hear a guy that's full of San Miguel in the head and walk away. He's going to be like a growth on your neck.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
It doesn't work on the street.
No.
But it's great for what it is.
Yeah.
And it's great for building up discipline with the students. And it's great because it gives them a sense of achievement. And you must always give your students that sense of achievement. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Like our grandmaster, Mr. Parker, he never told anybody they did something wrong, ever. He would never turn around and say, oh, that's wrong. He would say, that is very good. Here's another option.
Yeah.
So he never put students down.
Yeah, and I think that's important, especially with young students of today, to give them that encouragement.
To me, there are too many instructors trying to live their youth through their students and forcing them to do stuff that he couldn't do.
Yeah, totally.
Instead of encouraging them to be good at what they can do.
Totally. And I don't think everybody wants to compete either. I mean, I've got two kids. I've got two kids. My oldest, I don't think he's interested in competing. My youngest maybe will, because he's a little bit more, you know, he's a little bit more up for things. But I think for a discipline side of things, I've really seen a difference in them from doing the Kenpo, and they go every week regardless. And I just think it's given them something to work towards, you know, with the belts and things like that. So do you have a school, obviously in Ireland, for adults and kids?
In Ireland.
Oh, really?
Well, they're both in working class areas, you know, and like, let me see. With COVID now, we've only started back training indoors last week. Really? Before that, we've been training outdoors in the car park.
Wow. Oh, I've lost you there, John. Oh, hang on. I got you back.
The same bunch of hardcore students. They turned up. They did what they could. You know, you have to admire them for that.
Wow. So you actually,
if it's enjoyable, it has to be enjoyable for children, especially, and it has to be fun for children, especially. If it's fun, if somebody can laugh, teach, telling you something, you'll remember it.
Yeah.
Because of that feel good factor. You know, if you're having fun, it'll stay in.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, totally, totally. So you've actually only just been allowed to train indoors this week over in Ireland then? That's
Last week,
crazy. Oh, wow. So how long were you training outdoors for?
11 months.
Wow. Wow. But yeah, like you said, it shows
Crazy.
commitment. And your groups and your schools that you've got, are they for adults or for children and adults and both?
We have children's classes and adult classes. We
Great.
kind of
And
run the children from 7 to 8 o'clock, and then the adults from 8 on to 9:30.
wow. And do you find you have many adults? Because I'll be honest, here in Lanzarote, I know Wellington
Yeah,
does.
we've got a good influx of adults. I'd say we possibly on the adult range,
Yeah, yeah.
which is fairly good as regards schools because it's very hard to hold on to adults. Real life kicks in.
Yeah, of course. We've all got responsibilities and we haven't got parents to
Well,
drop
that's
us
it,
down
yeah.
there. Wow.
Like
Okay.
I like to think we have a kind of a family atmosphere.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's
Like
it.
to me, titles are for the dojo. If somebody wants to call me John and walking in and out, that's okay. You don't have a problem with that because that's me. That's my name.
Yeah, yeah.
In the school, I have a title. It's one I don't like, but we use
Yeah,
it.
yeah, of course, of course. Wow. Okay. Okay. That's cool. So, I mean, with regards to sort of martial arts and stuff, obviously, everybody knows karate, Kenpo, everybody knows that. But one of the big things at the moment, which I'm not too keen on, if I'm honest with you, is the MMA stuff. What's your opinion on that? Because, I mean, it's one of these things that I think is very commercialized and it looks a bit brutal to me. But I mean, what's your opinion on that?
It's back to gladiators.
Hmm.
Like if you look at any sparring competition throughout the world since the 60s onwards, if you were on the floor, there's no way I could attack your head.
No.
It was a no-go area because if I hit your head hits the floor. That's a compound injury immediately. You get 2 strikes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like they don't care. You know what I mean? It's just MMA to me, and I've been quoted on this before, so I don't really care. It's mouth, muscles, and attitude.
Yeah, it is. It's very sort of it's entertainment for sure. I mean, I think it's more about entertainment, but it is very brutal from what I can see.
Oh, it's brutal. It really is brutal. But then again, that's what they do. That's what they enjoy. It's not what it wouldn't be my personal choice. Like,
yeah.
If it was a case of you or me, it could be that brutal if I had to.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I have to be.
Yeah, and do you think the MMA and all that sort of stuff gives a bad idea of sort of defense and sort of martial arts to young kids? Or
a lot of kids have gone to it, but they're backing away.
Yeah,
they are backing away. But like you look at them, every one of them, body tattoos everywhere. I have no problem with tattoos. I have tattoos.
Yeah.
But they're all the same. It's the same dress, the same attitude, the same. That's not allowing a person to be an individual.
No. I think
that's my idea.
Yeah, I think what I found from my kids going to Kenpo and stuff and doing karate back in the day when I was young is it's more about sort of discipline and techniques and stuff like that rather than just pummeling somebody's head into the canvas, which seems to be the MMA style, which I suppose some people think it'd be a good idea to try. But I suppose once you've been hit in the head and bounced off the canvas, you sort of think, maybe I'll change.
Yeah, but like the big money people are backing it because they're getting the exposure.
Of course,
you know what I mean, and they want something for their money.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, I mean, Wellington's just give me a couple of questions to sort of ask here about sort of the Kenpo world, because I'm not really in that world. As I said, we just dropped the kids off and stuff. But I mean, where do you see sort of Kenpo and martial arts going now after post-COVID and stuff like that? Do you think more parents will be pushing, or not pushing their kids, but looking to educate their kids in sort of self-defense? Because let's face it, the world doesn't seem as safe as it did, if in my opinion.
a lot of people will start bringing their children. Like I'm in the one school since 1990,
Yeah.
and there's always been a constant flow. It's like everything else. You're going to get drop-offs. Like I think they reckon that 1 in 10,000 gets the black belt. If you're looking at that way.
Yeah.
But then there's a constant flow, and I think because of the COVID and the lockdowns, people want their children to get out and mix with people. Like the art of conversation is nearly dead.
Well, yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, I think the new generation, and especially the young ones, they're all into the gaming, which for me it's not too much of a problem, because it's how they communicate with their friends, and it's how they hang out. And obviously, I mean, here in Lanzarote, it's very safe. But I know back in the UK and maybe Ireland, I don't think I'd be comfortable letting the kids sort of out in the streets at sort of 10 to 13 years old. So for me, I think, they've got the gaming and they communicate like that. But if that's all they've got and then go to school, I think groups like the Kenpo just gives them that interaction as well, whether they're learning sort of skills and defense. It just gives them that face to face.
Still having physical contact,
Yeah,
like
totally.
a lot of the games and the MMAs and all that, they all, like Grand Theft Auto, they all promote violence.
Yeah, they do indeed.
Not one of those promote respect.
No, true. And
I know when I was growing up, if I didn't show my elders respect, I got my ear boxed.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. But it stuns me,
Yeah.
And like again, when you're on demonstrations and you see when somebody says to the instructor, "I'll throw the punch," and he throws the punch or wherever the shot may be at the instructor, and the instructor destroys him.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah.
If I can get a flinch from you, you got a reaction. I don't have to knock you out to prove I can.
Yeah, that's it.
To me, that's disrespectful to you.
Yeah.
This good punch and not trying to throw anything else.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But no, I think it's a great things what you guys are doing. And like I said, the world has changed, and I think COVID and who knows what the future is going to hold. But I think teaching kids some kind of self-defense discipline and to be able to protect themselves is vital now. Vital.
That's it. And confidence, to give them a bit of confidence, because there's so many kids now, even right down to COVID, they haven't got out to explore who they are themselves.
No.
And it's to try and give them the confidence to say, you can, you will.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, I'm really looking. I'm going to come down on there on the 16th of October, and I'm sure a few parents will come and sort of have a little look in and things like that. But yeah, like I said, with the world changing and stuff, I hope that more kids will sort of come towards your sort of association and join things like karate, Kenpo, and stuff like that. Because it is amazing. So I mean, from a personal point of view, and a sort of philosophy sort of style, what message would you give to the kids and the parents as well? Most that will watch this will probably already have their kids in Kenpo, but then some might sort of see it on Facebook or wherever Wellington posts it. What would be your sort of advice for parents and kids on life in general, I suppose, and confidence and stuff like that?
Never give up.
Yeah.
No, it's all too easy to give up.
Yeah.
And just because somebody says you can't do it, because you get people that are constantly going to put you down. But no, don't let them. You can do anything you want to. You can do. All you have to do is keep trying. Never give up.
Yeah.
And to study martial arts, to me, it's like swimming. You're never going to forget it.
No.
And it's only really useful when you need it.
Yeah. And let's face it,
it's no load to carry.
Yeah. And during your sort of 50 years, I mean, has there been times where you've thought, do you know what? I want to give up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And either my students kind of pushed me, or my instructor would say, "No, no, you can do this. You need this." You know,
yeah,
because
yeah,
as I said, I had this in the martial arts, as in every other sport. There's a for every one good guy, there's about 20 self-appointed.
yeah,
You know yourself, dial it
yeah,
down. We call them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Of
But
course.
I had problems going with some of the ranks, and my instructor says, "Listen, we're putting you forward to test," and I'm saying, you know, especially the biggest problem I had was when I was testing for fifth degree, because as I
Yeah,
said, the highest rank I ever remember seeing physically was a fifth degree, and I'm trying to say, well, I know how good he was, I don't think I'm there.
yeah,
But
yeah,
my instructor turned around and says, "Listen, you have to respect the opinion of your peers.
yeah,
We know what you're capable of. Otherwise,
yeah,
we
yeah,
wouldn't be putting you forward."
yeah.
And that's the
That's it.
big thing. Like people put students forward when they're not ready. If the
Yeah,
student fails, it's the
that's it. It's
instructor that
game
should
over.
fail, not the students.
Yeah, and I suppose they leave after that. Sort of regarding sort of leaving. I mean, obviously, I mean, I remember I did karate. I did Shotokan karate many, many years ago
Yeah.
when I was a kid, and there was an instructor. There was one instructor that came and just put me off the whole thing. It was only one lesson, and she had sort of diamond rings on, and she kept hitting me really hard in the back of my head, and I never went back after that. And
That's disrespect.
yeah, and I'll never forget that. And I never went back. But from a sort of master's point of view and a sensei's point of view and stuff, do you find it very difficult when good students leave? Can you, like, I suppose it's any teacher that, I mean, I don't know if my kids will carry on with Kenpo. Jack's turning sort of 13. Teenagers find other interests and stuff like that. And I'm sure you see a lot of people that have started from this
Oh
big
yeah,
and
like
sort of got to that age. But does that sort of affect you, not personally, but is it very
I've
disappointing
seen
for
people
you?
now, and I brought them to black belt, and they were very good black belts, and I had
Yeah,
expected them to go even further. But
yeah,
no, that was it. That was their goal.
yeah. I suppose. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Their goal just to get to black belt.
yeah, yeah. But have you ever had
You know
students
what I
that
mean? They
you've seen
didn't want.
so much potential in that you've thought, wow, but they've just,
But that's the part of you that's walking away.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah, I just think from my personal point of view, from doing karate as a kid, and I was quite, I probably could have carried it on, but I just thought of from a sort of master's point of view that if you're teaching somebody for so many years and they're doing so well, and then they find other interests and they're off, or they get married, and like you said, life takes over. They go and get a
Yeah, life
job, and
takes over.
yeah, it does, because I mean, like you said, you've got your adults class at from sort of 8 till 9:30. I'm in bed by 9. There'd be no chance of me going there. I'm in bed with Netflix at 9 o'clock, so it's far too late
I
for
get over
me.
your side of the world, I'd be only going out at that time.
Well, we live on a tiny island. There's not much to do out here. But I mean, there was just a couple of more questions. I mean, the two questions that Wellington's put on here, and especially for kids as well, because I think COVID was quite a frightening time for adults, so it must have been a frightening time for kids. But is it as sort of a ninth grade master? Is there anything that you're afraid of?
Wife.
The wife. And is she coming on Saturday on the 16th of October with you? Is she coming over?
Oh, she'll be there.
Oh,
I
right.
call her my technical director, because like I've taught basically around the world. I've taught on 4 continents.
Wow.
And Pat, my wife, she'd always come over and say, "I don't think," like, she didn't do Kenpo, but she'd come over and say, "I don't think they're doing that right over there." And I'd walk over, and that'd be it. She'd be perfectly right.
Well, if you're
So
afraid of
she's
her,
my
we better
technical director.
keep her happy when she comes over. I'll make sure she's got the Kenpo school's right next to a bar, so we can sit her in there and she can enjoy a nice cocktail and sit back and relax.
No, she doesn't drink.
Doesn't
Cup
she?
of tea, cup of coffee is as much.
We'll get her a cup of coffee and a butty.
Yeah.
Then she'll be happy. And then just one more thing. I mean, when you said at the beginning that for the kids to understand and for the parents to understand that your level of Kenpo is fantastic. So I think it's great that they'll understand that, because I didn't know that. Wellington told us you were coming over, but if you're not in that sort of circles, you don't know. So I think it's great to sort of know that. But who's your idols? Who do you look up to?
Oh, my own instructor, number one.
Mm.
And people, they can't get to grips with it. My instructor is the highest ranked female in Kenpo. She's a 10th degree black belt, Doreen DeRienzo.
Wow.
She lives in Boston.
Really?
In the USA.
Yeah.
Now, not only is she a great martial artist, like she fought professionally on the Budweiser national team in the States, she's just a good living person.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? She'll help everybody. She won't disrespect anybody. If she's something bad to say, she won't say it.
Yeah.
You know, she won't be saying, "Oh, him." You know,
yeah,
he has his own life. Let him live his own life.
Yeah.
You know.
Fantastic. And what was her name?
Doreen DeRienzo.
Wow. Okay. She's a 10th degree. So how did you get?
Degree.
How did you get trained by her then? If she's in Boston.
10th degree black belts. One is Grandmaster Gilbert Velez.
Yeah.
He's from Tucson, Arizona, and the other is Grandmaster Doreen DeRienzo.
Wow.
These were both direct students of the founding Grandmaster Ed Parker.
Wow. But how did you get trained by her then? If she's in Boston, did you live in America for a while?
It wasn't until I came to 6th degree.
Yeah.
And there was a ruling came in. Like, we used to go to all the summer camps, and basically my instructor left the association when I was a 3rd degree and went on to another association. I didn't see the point.
Yeah.
So I stayed where I was.
Yeah.
And basically, as regards information, syllabus, I begged, borrowed, and steal, travelled, you know, to get information wherever I could.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is why I like helping the likes of Wellington.
Yeah.
You know, because I know what it's like to be out there and isolated.
Yeah.
But a new ruling came in from 6th degree and above that you had to be nominated by an instructor. Okay. But they decided to tell us this when we were lined up for the test.
Wow.
And who recommended you, Mr. Ward? And I'm kind of going, Dory, put a hand up. I'm recommending Mr. Ward. And since then, she's been my instructor, you know.
Wow. That's great. And do you get, I mean, obviously you get to talk to her, but do you get to, obviously, you can't train with her if she's in Boston, or do you go over, or do you do it over video?
I'm in the States maybe 2-3 times a year teaching as well. Wow. And I make a point of stopping off in Boston and working with them, and we work together on Zoom.
Wow. What an amazing life. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, I mean, we've got you coming over here. So, I mean, you know, I think I'm more excited than the kids are at the moment, because you know, it's going to be an amazing opportunity, Just
another guy in a funny black suit.
That's it. But I think it's going to be really, really good. So we're just to clarify, and just for those that are sort of watching the video, so we're coming over on the 16th of October. You and Pat, and we'll make sure Pat's really happy as well. Keep her happy. And it's
one of my students is staying in Porto del Carmen on holidays that week, and he's going to come down. He's a 3rd degree black belt.
Wow. Okay, so there's going to be 2 then. Oh, brilliant! So it should be a really good day. It should be fun. All right. Well,
for the kids.
I'm definitely going to come down, and we'll do some videos and stuff like that, and we'll do that. But I'm going to let you get on with your evening, because, as I said, I'm in bed by 9 o'clock, so I've only got an hour and a half left, and I'm off. But so yeah, 16th of October. Master John Ward, 9th degree Kenpo, and also your student who's a third degree Kenpo as well. And then we've got Wellington as well.
He'll be there.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. Well, listen, John, thank you so much for your time. And we're going to look forward to seeing you in October. And
thanks for the opportunity.
No, thank you. Thank you. And is there anything else you want to add before we head off? No? See you on the 16th.
Turn up, have fun.
Yeah.
Just expand the knowledge you have. That's what we do.
Exactly. And I think there's a lot of knowledge to have there. And to come to a tiny little island like Lanzarote, I think it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So no, absolutely fantastic. John, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm going to bid you good evening, and I'll see you on Saturday the 16th.
No problem. Looking
forward. Thank you very much.
Take care.
You.
God bless.
Speak to you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.